how to perform a barbell or dumbbell bench press. Start by sitting on the edge of a bench, lie down on your back, make sure you don't hit your head. From there, have your eyes just behind the barbell. That's a great reference point. Once in position, you put your hands on the barbell with your little finger on or just inside the grip marks or knurling. This is dependent on your anatomy, so find the position that's most optimal for you. Wrist position is really important. You don't want to let the barbell hang too far back or too far forwards. You want to have a slight bend back in the wrist, so the middle of the barbell bisects the middle of your ulna. So the middle of this bone here. So a slight bend like that, not too far back, not too far like that. So the barbell is going to sit there above this bone here. Have your feet nice and wide with your feet flat like they are now, with your knees at about 90 degrees, or you can bring your feet further back and have your heels up like that. With both positions, you're pushing your heels into the ground, feeling like your glutes are switching on throughout the whole rep. The other way you can get into position like I am now is you start back like this and then you arch yourself into position. You want to make sure that you're keeping your bottom on the bench the whole time, and remember, driving heels into the ground with that position or that position throughout each rep. Once you're into your desired position with your heels driving into the ground, you want to feel like you're squeezing your shoulder blades back and down towards your back pockets to create even more tension. What this will also do is, because you're driving your heels into the ground, you'll create an arch in your lower back. So you'll nearly be able to put a hand underneath your back like that, in between the bench and your back. That's a good thing. As you get your shoulder blades back and down towards your back pockets, that'll accentuate the arch and keep everything really tight through your back, and this is a good thing for your bench press. During the bench press, we want our elbows to be at roughly about a 45-degree angle, so we don't want to let them come up too high or too low like that. We maintain that position. Halfway down towards the bottom of the rep, our elbows should be at 90 degrees. That's a great reference point. So 45 degrees here off your body, and then 90 degrees at the halfway point of the bench press with your elbow. Once you created tension by pushing your heels into the ground, glutes on, shoulder blades into the back pockets, then from there you've got that arch in your lower back, you're going to unrack the weight. You're going to start the movement with the barbell above your shoulder joint. Then we're lowering down in line with our nipples and driving back up over the shoulder joint. The barbell actually moves on a slight angle as we're pressing up and down. So it goes slightly forwards on the way down, slightly back on the way back up. So you can see here side on how I'm lowering down to my nipples and then driving back up over the shoulder. So there's that slight angle as we're pressing up and down. So slightly forwards, pressing slightly back on the way up. Then we rack the weight. Once you finish the rep, you're pushing the barbell back to the rack, clipping the rack, and then putting it down for safety. Use a spotter, especially on sets where you think you might struggle a little bit, just for safety. Don't put weight clips on a barbell while you're doing a bench press. The reason why is, if there's no one around and you do get stuck down the bottom of the bench press, you can tip the barbell side to side and let the weight plate slide off the barbell. So if you got stuck down the bottom like this here and you couldn't get the barbell back up, you could just tip the weights off side to side like that, and then you'll be able to push the barbell back up and get it off your chest. Ideally, that would never happen, so be sensible, but I highly recommend using a spotter. Contrary to popular belief, you don't have to go all the way down to your chest with bench press. You can go down to your chest if you like, or you can go to 2 to 3 fingers off your chest. So a good way to do it is use a towel, slide the towel up, so make it about 2 to 3 fingers worth, put it on the chest, and then get into position, and then you use that towel as a reference point. So you go down to the towel, back up. This is great for people that get any pain in their shoulder when they bench press. So use the towel or use the 2 to 3 fingers rule and you shouldn't have a problem. Dumbbell bench press, we use exactly the same cues as we did with the barbell. To get the dumbbells up into position, we start them on our knees and we flick the dumbbells up onto our shoulders and then roll onto our back and get into position. So bang, bang. And then from there we're into position, getting tight with our heels into the ground. From there, shoulder blades into the back pockets. We're starting the dumbbells in line with our nipples, and then pressing up so the dumbbells are over our shoulder joint, like that. You can perform dumbbell bench press with the palms facing forward, or you can rotate the dumbbell like that into more of a neutral grip position. A lot of people find that that's a little easier on the shoulder, and I'm absolutely fine with you doing that. To put the dumbbells back on the ground, you have a few options. You got to get someone to help you out. The other option you do have is putting the dumbbells on the ground like that. That does put a little bit extra pressure on the front of the shoulder, especially when heavier. And then the third option is using your legs once you get up into this position to put the dumbbells back down. So leg, put them down, and then bang.